Too bad. Holy mackerel.
It's hilarious. It's an emergency. No, it wasn't. You could have followed this whole court case.
Did she email you? Is that okay?
You could do it in like a month. I mean,
Really amazing.
yeah.
I'm living in this town. Here's all these people doing this work. They gotta raise money, you know. And you see, whether you agree or disagree with people who, whatever they're doing, they're putting in the time, you know.
I was kind of surprised.
See if these people didn't raise their hands and say, yeah, okay, I'll come do this. And a lot of it's not very popular. And, you know, a lot of controversy. But you say, hey, I live in a town, and all these people have done it before me. I should raise my hand and do my share. You know? Really dedicated some serious time. And like I said, not easy. Everybody's got an opinion. Well, yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't even go there.
I scroll right by it.
Can't even go there. It's really.
What do we think of it, Dave?
Hey,
Nobody is gonna. Nobody is gonna.
You know what?
I thought it was great.
Is that,
I
is
liked
that,
it.
is that Rusty's
Nobody
talking
is
to?
against every.
Is that Rusty's talking to?
What? Yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to the special town meeting of January 13th, and now being 7:05. We can get started on the 7 o'clock meeting. Just a couple of opening things. For confirmed out-of-town attendees, Michael Conolgi Powell, I hope we said it right, Executive Assistant, Charlie Seelig, Town Administrator, Rebecca Johnson, Assistant Town Administrator, Russ Hannigan, EBCAM Director, Chris Kenny, Town Council, Paula Wolf, Director of Assessing, Ryan McGonigal, IT Director, and Jean Marie Joyce, Board of Health. Before we have the clerk read the warrant, would you mind standing and joining me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Flags to my right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Ms. Kavanaugh for the warrant.
Greetings. In the name of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, you are hereby directed to notify and warn the inhabitants of the town of East Bridgewater who, being qualified to vote in the elections and town affairs, to meet at the Junior-Senior High School, 143 Plymouth Street in said East Bridgewater, on Monday, the 13th day of January 2025, at 7 p.m. Then and there to act upon the enclosed articles, to wit, you are directed to serve this warrant by posting a copy thereof attested to by you in writing in each of the 6 public places in the town at least 14 days before the time for holding the meeting called for in the warrant. Herefore fail not and make due return of this warrant with your doings thereon the town clerk of said town on or before the 30th day of December 2024, given under our hands this 13th day of January in the year of our Lord 2025.
Thank you. And we can get started. Mr. Duquette, Board of Health, is he present? You present the motion, please, on Article 1.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I move that the town vote to transfer from the undesignated fund balance, account number 1-039-3590, the sum of $60,000 to account number 1-433-520-5241 to replace the fence around the Bridge Street landfill.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Finance Committee recommendation.
Finance Committee unanimously recommends this. And the Capital
Capital Committee.
And Capital Committee unanimously approves this.
Thank you. Mr. Duquette, for discussion, if any.
No.
Okay. Self-explanatory?
I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
Need a fence.
Any other discussion on Article 1 as presented? Seeing none, all in favor of Article 1 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Article 1 passes by majority. Article 2, Mr. Sheedy, Select Board.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town vote to transfer from undesignated fund balance account 10359-3590 the sum of $6,600 to be added to the account number 1-292-520-5300 for the fiscal year 2025 budget for animal control and animal inspection services.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Does Finance Committee have a recommendation?
Finance Committee unanimously supported this.
Mr. Sheedy, for discussion, if any.
Just to bring the account up to date for the fiscal year 2025.
Thank you. Any further discussion on Article 2 as presented? Seeing none, all in favor of Article 2 as presented, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Article 2 passes unanimously. Article 3, Mr. McKinnon, School Committee.
Mr. Moderator, I move that the town of East Bridgewater vote to appropriate the amount of $120,000 for the purpose of paying costs of a feasibility study, schematic design, for potential replacement of the roof, doors, and windows of the Gordon W. Mitchell School, 435 Central Street, East Bridgewater, Mass., including the payment of all costs incidental or related thereto, the project, which proposed repair project would materially extend the useful life of the school and preserve an asset that otherwise is capable of supporting the required educational program, and for which the town of East Bridgewater has applied for a grant from the Massachusetts School Building Authority, MSBA. Said amount to be expended under the direction of the East Bridgewater Building Committee. To meet this appropriation, the East Bridgewater Treasurer Collector, with the approval of the Select Board, is authorized to borrow said amount under the pursuant to under and pursuant to MGL Chapter 44, or pursuant to any other enabling authority. The town of East Bridgewater acknowledges that the MSBA's grant program is a non-entitlement discretionary program based on need as determined by the MSBA, and any project costs the town of East Bridgewater incurs in excess of any grant that may be approved by and received from the MSBA shall be the sole responsibility of the town of East Bridgewater, and that the amount of borrowing authorized pursuant to this vote shall be reduced by any grant amount set forth in the project funding agreement that may be executed between the town of East Bridgewater and the MSBA.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded, capital recommendation?
Capital and Finance Committee unanimously both voted to support these articles.
Thank you. This is going to require a 2/3 vote, when we take time to vote. Mr. McKinnon, for discussion, if any.
Pretty straightforward. The roof is 27 years old, 28 years old, multiple leaks, doors that need replaced, and there's a number of windows that are inoperable.
Thank you. Sir, you have to state your name and address, please.
Yeah, Bond Street. Just a quick question. The Massachusetts School Building Authority lists windows and doors under accelerated repairs. And if you look for a feasible study, it's not applicable when it comes to windows and doors and roof. So why is the town spending an extra $120,000 when that money could actually put towards the windows and the roof, instead of paying a consultant firm to do the work for the town?
Mr. McKinnon, do you have a school committee?
Brian here? No?
Mr. Kiley here?
Oh, Brian's here. Brian can
Facilities
answer that
manager.
better than I can.
Brian Kiley. Brian?
Could you repeat the question, please?
He said that, my understanding, he said the doors and windows are basically a quick fix. Is that what you're getting at?
No.
Okay, say it again. Up to the mic.
Okay, according to the Massachusetts School Building Authority, if you go to their website, they strictly say that accelerated repairs, which covers the roof and the windows, okay? So you can fill out the application, get the money from them as you need. But it does not require for us to pay for a feasible study, because under their own guidelines, that's under accelerated repairs, and it says non-applicable. So we're spending an extra $120,000 for what?
Mr. Kiley.
The $120,000 appropriation is to pay for the feasibility study, the OPM that is assigned by the MSBA to us, and an architect that is assigned to us. It's a regulation of the MSBA that we do this. It's the same process we went through for the other two accelerated repairs projects.
Okay. Again, why are we paying an architect to replace existing windows? You measure the size, you get new windows, you put them in. A roof, you get a contractor to look at it, you tell them what you want, they give you a bid price, you pay him. So why do you need an architect? He's not designing a building, they're existing windows and an existing roof. And let me give you a copy of this so that way you understand where I'm coming from.
You have a response, Mr. Kiley?
Just that we're following MSBA protocols.
Not according to that.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Moderator?
Yes, Mr. Seeley.
Hi. The MSBA is extremely specific about how and when it will fund programs like this. If we want to be reimbursed for the work that we're doing on the roof and the windows and possibly the doors, they're requiring us to, in fact, have the feasibility study and the schematic work done through their program. If we wanted to do this all on our own, we could. That's always a possibility, but we would pick up the full cost. And these days, anytime we want to do engineering, architectural work, as we found out previously during the last year, if we don't have specifications, even for the windows, let alone the roof, we wind up with a messy bidding situation and say, oh, we got to redo this. We got to have an engineer, we got to have an architect to come in and develop the specifications we need to go out to bid. Both this work, the feasibility study, and the construction are projects that the MSBA will help reimburse the town to do. But if we don't do one, we don't get the other, and the other is far, far more expensive than $120,000.
Thank you, Mr. Seelig. Any further discussion on Article 3 as presented? Seeing none. All in favor of Article 3 as presented, say aye. Aye. Opposed? I have to make that determination, a 2/3 vote, but I'm going to do a count on this, because I know people are concerned about this. So could either tellers come forward? All in favor of Article 2 as presented, raise their hands and keep them up until I say it's good to go. For it, all for it, raise their hand and keep it up till. Make sure they're up high, and they check each other's counts, so make sure they're up high. Don't forget here, please, when you're done. All opposed, raise your hand and keep them up until they're counted. Keep them up again. The vote being 23-4, the article passes. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion to adjourn. Thank you for coming out, and have the good rest of the winter, and hopefully see you in the spring. Thank you.
I like to be here.